Holy smokes, y'all. Boy, this evening's turned into a rodeo. Well, looks like we've got to talk about some recent topics that have just come out tonight. As you probably most have heard if you're following the news, old Hunter and Joe might have a little problem with this laptop. The laptop from hell, as they're referring to it. Of course, what you're going to get from the other side is sheer propaganda. That's what I want to talk about today is propaganda, fake news, or what I like to call engineered news. We all know the news outlets that are trustworthy, obviously some more than others, and that's putting it very nicely. And we all know that the mainstream media, all the national networks, they're all going to favor Joe Biden. There's no question about that. All the news is going to come out in favor of him and favorable to him, while most of the news coming out of those same networks will be engineered to hurt Donald Trump. In other words, skew our view of him or attempt to skew our view of him and vote accordingly for Joe Biden is what they're trying to do, of course. So beware of engineered news, and that goes from everything from print news to television to radio, all internet, all of it. There's all sorts of international players involved in this. And this smokescreen that's being thrown up for Joe Biden and his crime family, apparently. And it's getting really interesting with the fact that these former Intel, officials have all come out in support of Joe Biden and wanted to somehow indicate that all this stuff about Hunter and his laptop is a Russian smear, campaign. I mean, it's just so tiring and so old. Here's the real thing, and here's what I believe. And I never was an Intel official, or I worked in criminal intelligence, but I never really worked in espionage or things like that, counterintelligence. But these Intel officials, former Intel officials, why are they getting involved in this? Well, I think you need to peel back the onion on that a little bit and figure out why is it that they feel the need that they need to inject themselves into this fight. And I got some theories on that. And I think they've got a lot to lose, quite honestly. If Joe Biden does not get elected. I think that they know that the DOJ is on to them. I think that they understand that this could very well unravel and implicate them for things as deep as criminal conspiracy. Well, maybe they're involved in this money laundering thing. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe some of them are, some of them aren't. But it's odd to me that they feel they need to inject themselves into the middle of this fight without having a reason to do so, or having a need to do so. And what are they getting out of it? And number two, how do they know that Russia's involved in something or not? As far as I know, they're not in the government anymore. And if they are, that probably needs to be looked into if they're getting information or involving themselves in positions to get information if they're no longer authorized to have it. So these Intel officials, I think it's Brendan Clapper and the like, I'm sure the list is long, again, are making themselves available for the spreading of cover or support for Joe Biden in the fact that him and his son are just the victims of a Russian smear campaign, or some type of, deep targeted threat to them, which I think most of us know is total BS. So why are they wanting to get involved? I think, one, they could be involved criminally from a conspiracy standpoint. And I think that they're trying to ride this wave and run out the clock to help Biden get elected, because they're going to need Joe Biden. If what I think is true, and what a lot of other people think is true, and that with their involvement in this, should it come to fruition, be proven, they're going to need Joe Biden. And they're going to need the left, because you know what they're going to need? They're going to need pardons. And I don't think they're going to get that from Donald J. Trump, and they know it. They've gone way too far. And they're dug in like a Tennessee tick. And we're going to have to smoke them out. So keep in mind, folks, the engineered news that's going on right now, and it's going to get really, really nutty. It started tonight. And the FBI has an opportunity here to right the ship and gain some credibility back with the American people. Because I can tell you right now, as a former member of federal law enforcement, I can tell you right now that the people and other members of the law enforcement community, local, county, state, federal, other federal agencies, they don't trust the FBI. Period. And we the people sure as hell don't trust the FBI. That's on them. They've got a chance to right the ship here. And I hope they do. Because if we don't have the rule of law in this country, we don't have much. And I know people get sick of hearing the propaganda and the constant barrage of just trash and weight and everything being thrown on Trump. But stay the course. Stay strong. Take a deep breath. Try to go have some fun this weekend. All right? Stay on track. We'll get through this thing. But we have to hold these agencies accountable. And I don't give a damn Republican, Democrat. I don't care what party they're affiliated with. If they're involved in this conspiracy, if they're involved with Hunter Biden and this money laundering thing, if this thing comes to fruition and is true and it can be proven, I don't care what party they are. I don't care who they're affiliated with. They have to go to prison. Period. I don't care. The rule of law has to stand up. And hopefully Donald Trump can help push that along. So this is a fight for the country, people. We've got a chance to cleanse the bowels of D.C. with some prison sentences, if we're so lucky to get that done. So stay strong, people. Try to have some fun this weekend. Fill your holes. Fill your preps. Stack it deep. Always. Long live the Republic.